Yeah, hi, I'm Max. I work as an assistant professor in the Psychology of Conflict, Risk and Safety section, and I started working at UT in mid-January this year, so 2023. And before that, I worked at the Max Planck Institute for Human Cognitive and Brain Sciences in Leipzig, Germany, University College Dublin in Ireland, and the University of Saskatchewan in Canada. And before that, I did my PhD in Trier in Germany. So in general, my research focuses on the manipulation of performance, cognition, and experiences, and to push those boundaries and see where, for example, performance breakdown, or where I can do something to push performance and have people improve over time, for example. And there are many different ways of doing this. You could use acute stress, you could use non-invasive brain stimulation, but you could also use games or game-like tasks. And a game-like task is very accessible to a wide range of people. Yeah, I'm currently doing 2 studies with 2 student groups from the Bachelor's of Psychology in the newly done Serious Gaming room here. And they're both doing studies on stopping an already initiated action with the stop signal game task. So reactive response inhibition is stopping an already initiated action after you've perceived some sort of stop signal. This may be auditory or tactile or visual or a combination of the 3. This may be, for example, stopping putting a plastic bowl on the hot stove top because you see that the temperature warning light is on. And if we're talking about inhibition in general, this is also important in a clinical setting where it connects to impulsivity, and it's also important in human factors, for example, for designing dashboards in cars and user interfaces. In the typical stop signal task, people react to a left or right pointing arrow with a left or right key press. And whenever a stop signal appears, this may be an audio signal or a coloration of the arrow, for example, then people should stop that already initiated action. And we now use a stop signal game where people navigate an avatar, infinite runner style, through an enchanted forest, and have to turn left or right or continue walking straight whenever there is a stop signal. So using a game-like task has 3 distinct advantages. The first one is data consistency, so you get better data in a shorter amount of time, ideally. The second one is, since you need less trials to measure performance accurately, you can gain access to more difficult to study populations. So for example, a child might be okay with playing 20 minutes of a game, but they might not be okay with doing 20 to 30 minutes of a standard cognitive assessment. And the third advantage is that you can incorporate different elements such as changes to the environment, the story, the avatars in the game, which you normally could not do with a standard task version. So in games in general, and in this specific game, we oftentimes can make use of the avatars. So we can have strong avatars or weak avatars. We can have avatars that people identify with that are highly self-relevant, or avatars that are not. And we can use these manipulations to change people's perception of the task, change people's willingness to perform, change people's motivation. And this may then influence their performance in the task, but we could also harness this potential for making an intervention or a learning program more effective. It's important for me to mention that no research is done in a vacuum, and I'm very thankful for my collaborators and very conscious of the fact that I couldn't have done it without them. Also, I simplified some things while speaking, and in general, if you want more precise information on a specific topic, please look up the research.